Here we go. Welcome into the show. This is the San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. So glad that all of you are hanging out here with us. And coming up on today's show, 49ers contract extension candidates. 7 players the Niners can sign to new deals even after the Christian McCaffrey contract extension because, believe it or not, even though McCaffrey got a bag, it opened up more cap space for the Niners this year and looking ahead into the future. First, I want to hear from the faithful. Mandatory minicamp wrapping up on Thursday. The Niners as a team will not meet until training camp gets underway at the end of July, so there's a little bit of a dry spell between now and then as far as Niners football. So what summer plans are you most excited for? Let me know, and we'll chop it up down below in the comment section. Niners salary cap update after the new McCaffrey deal. San Francisco, as I noted, has actually created cap space after signing the NFL Offensive Player of the Year and the Niners NFL Offensive MVP the last 2 years. It's a 2-year extension for McCaffrey, which averages out to be $19 million per season. So in totality, it is a 2-year extension for McCaffrey, $38 million in total. And that's 2 years on top of the 2 years that McCaffrey had remaining on his current deal, which was signed with the Carolina Panthers a couple of years ago. So that original contract ran through 2025. He was going to be a free agent in the 2026 offseason. Now this new deal runs through 2027, and he will be a free agent in 2028. It's an additional $8 million over what he was supposed to get in the first 2 years for CMC. And back a couple of weeks ago, when McCaffrey did not show up for OTAs, I had theorized and I had asked the question, is McCaffrey not showing up because he wants a new contract or he wants guaranteed money? Because he had no guaranteed money left on his deal that he signed with Carolina. What that meant was if he were to get hurt, the Niners could cut him and they wouldn't owe him a penny. But now McCaffrey takes care of that. He gets the $8 million over what he was supposed to get in the first 2 years. He also gets on top of that $24 million in guaranteed money, and he resets the running back market once again. That's what that means for McCaffrey as the individual. He is getting richer. But the Niners as a team are clearing up some cap space here. This extension frees up $7.4 million this year for the Niners. The base salary for McCaffrey was $11.8. It drops down now to $1.21. And now the 49ers are equipped with $32 million in cap space. They got $18 million post-June 1 from the Eric Armstead release. Now it's all the way up to $32 million in total. That is 7th in the NFL. And this extension also, over the next 4 years for the Niners, opens up $8 million every single season. That information, hopefully it informed you. And if it did, make sure you subscribe to the channel because this is what we do. This is the standard for Niners Talk right here on YouTube. I always support all the other content creators, but of course I'm very confident in what we do as well. So hit that sub button for daily and year-round coverage of the Niners. It's a big reason why we're approaching 134,000 subscribers. With that, let's take a look at these Niners contract extension candidates. 7 players who the Niners can ink to new deals even after they paid Christian McCaffrey. The most obvious is wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk, set to make $14.1 million on his 5th-year option. And given that the wide receiver market has exploded this offseason on numerous occasions, the price tag for BA continues to be on the uptick. Aiyuk could play out the final year of his deal, but if that happened, he's basically a lame duck. It signifies the Niners probably don't want to extend him because they have the money to do so. And with that, would drama await for a team that has Super Bowl aspirations for a player who's so widely respected by his peers as well as the coaching staff? I think they take care of Aiyuk. My prediction all along is that he ends up signing a long-term deal. It'll happen at the end of July or early August. As for Christian McCaffrey, we talked about this earlier this week. And clearly, he ended up getting that extension. It was A 4-year, $64 million deal that he had signed with the Carolina Panthers, which ran through 2025. He was set to be a free agent in 2026. He had no guaranteed money left on that deal, but now McCaffrey not going to worry about that any longer because he signs that extension with the 49ers with the guaranteed money and then just a lot of money in general for the best offensive skill player in the NFL the last 2 seasons. We get back on track here with Fred Warner as far as our extension candidates. His contract voids in 2027, and with an extension, San Francisco could save $11.42, $13.26, and $13.22 million over the next 3 years. That seems like a no-brainer for the best off-ball coverage linebacker in the NFL, one of the best coverage linebackers in the history of the NFL, and a player who's a team captain, a team leader, who said he's been at OTAs and mandatory minicamp because the facility is his home, and he's been extremely durable. He has missed 1 game since being a 3rd-round pick out of BYU in 2018. Why not take care of the best linebacker in football? The Niners should. A Mooney Ward contract extension. He, like a lot of these other players, entering the final year of his deal, he has a 2024 cap hit of $18.4 million, set to make in cash $13.5. He was a second-team All-Pro in 2023, so Charvarius Mooney Ward is a player who this week said, I'd like to stay here. I think the Niners would like me to stay around. Kyle Shanahan said that Deommodore Lenoir and Charvarius Ward both on the minds of the 49ers, but with Ward entering his 30s now, will the Niners pay for past performance? Will they let him go in order to free up money elsewhere? In just a moment, continue to hang out here with us. 4 more players to get to who could sign contract extensions with the Niners. But Father's Day is coming up next Sunday. I get it. At this point of the calendar year, May into June, you get so excited about summer plans. You plan a lot of trips. You may have forgotten that Father's Day is next Sunday. Have you gotten your dad anything? If you have not, even if you have, you want to get him something else or something new altogether, Niners #1 dad shirts on sale right now for just $26. Chatsports.com/49dad. This will put a smile on his face. He can wear this to the game. He can wear it mowing the lawn. He can wear it when he's out on a date with your mom, hanging out at the crib. It serves so many purposes. He'll look good. He'll support the Niners. And he'll be able to brag that he is the #1 dad. Let's go to Deommodore Lenoir, the aforementioned Demo. He has been an absolute steal as a former 5th-round pick. Entering the final year of his rookie contract, and this is a player who has been very, very good his first 3 years in the NFL. He's given up 3 touchdowns in coverage in 3 years. According to PFF, that number is 4 touchdowns in coverage in 3 seasons. That's 3 seasons in total in which Deommodore Lenoir has played lockdown corner on the outside and on the inside. And I'll say this about Deommodore Lenoir. His versatility adds to his value. He can do whatever the coaching staff asks him to do. You want me to play on the outside? I'll give you great play. You want me to play on the inside? I'll be one of the best slot nickel corners in the NFL. And an underrated part of Deommodore Lenoir's game, his ability to play against the run. He's fearless. He plays with swagger. He plays with 100% effort. He plays with hustle. You rarely see him having an off play or an off day. I'd like to see Demo around with this team for the foreseeable future. Aaron Banks, could he be due for a contract extension? He is also entering the final year of his deal. He accounts for only 1.28% of the Niners' 2024 salary cap. And really, when you think about Banks' first couple of years, and he's been the entrenched starter the last 2, after he didn't play at all as a rookie 2nd-round pick out of Notre Dame, he's had some really good stretches of very solid play, where you could see him becoming a borderline Pro Bowler in this league at left guard. He's also had moments in which he's gotten beat. He's had some head-scratching plays, whether it be missed assignments, mistakes, him just getting out-muscled. Going into the final year of his rookie contract, this is a big year for him if he wants to earn a bag. He met with the media earlier this week. Looked as though he got a little bit stronger. Talanoa Hufanga, again, like a couple of these other players, entering the final year of his rookie deal. Little bit of a risk to pay him right now this offseason. You're probably willing to let 2024 play out to see how he recovers and if he recovers from that torn ACL. You know the player that he's capable of being when Hufanga is healthy. Like Deommodore Lenoir, he has ended up being a late-round steal. Anytime that you can get a late-round pick who becomes a first-team All-Pro at a competitive position to win All-Pro, that's highly impressive. The scouting staff of this organization did their due diligence, and they hit on Talanoa Hufanga. Flies around, plays the game the right way. Another great leader for this football team. So physical, a ball hawk as far as making plays on the rock. Moving forward, as far as him getting paid, the price tag that he demands, and how the Niners plan to use him will factor in. Lastly, Dre Greenlaw. A restructure would save the Niners $4.7 million. An extension would save the 49ers $5.5 million. He may have gotten a huge deal if it wasn't for him tearing his Achilles in the Super Bowl. You saw the impact that he had, flying around, playing with physicality, popping helmets. Patrick Mahomes was mic'd up, went to the sideline and said, we need to match their intensity. He was talking about number 57 here, who's one of the most slept on, underrated linebackers in the NFL. And the Greenlaw-Fred Warner linebacking combination is not to the likes of Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman. It's very, very close. And that's saying something because that was one of the best linebacking duos that we've ever seen, not just in the history of this organization, but in the history of football. Two just premium linebackers who can be game changers at that position. We'll see how Greenlaw comes back off that torn Achilles. We'll see how many games he's able to play this year. He even said a couple of weeks ago that he could miss a bulk of the 2024 campaign. It's a very serious injury in which he's coming back from. So those are contract extension candidates for San Francisco. Which player on that list is most deserving of a new deal? What say you? Drop me a name. Also, make sure you give me a follow on X at Chase_Senior and on Instagram at Chase_Senior, approaching 13K and 30K on those respective platforms.